What's up, YouTubers? Thank you so much for checking out our channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Trish with Just Dance. This channel is dedicated to your growth as a dancer, and we do all types of videos in different genres of dance, such as ballroom, country and western, social Latin dances, ballet, and more. Within those genres, we focus on the technical aspects of dance, from musicality to connection, leading and following, balance, and more. There are tons of videos out there that will teach you how to do patterns and beginner movements, and those are great. This channel is going to help you to improve those patterns. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing so you can get updated with all of these juicy videos we post on a weekly basis. Now, for today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can improve your balance in ballet. So in ballet, well, in most dances, well, in all dances, I should say, your alignment is everything. It is so important. And so I wanted to create this video to really talk about the importance of your alignment and the role it plays on your balance in dance. And we're going to be using a basic movement that is done in any ballet class you will ever take, and those are plies. Plie means to bend, for those of you who aren't familiar with the term yet. So come on out onto the dance floor with me and let's talk about some alignment. Your alignment has 4 different sections that are above your legs. And that is, your head needs to be over your shoulders need to be stacked over your rib cage, and your rib cage needs to be stacked over your hips. So if any one of those parts of your body are out of place, it's going to throw your equilibrium off and make it hard for you to balance, especially if you're doing movements that are done in releve, which makes it even harder. So your head needs to be back and lifted as if there's a string that's attached to the ceiling and pulling you up, okay? So really, really practice not looking down, always keeping your gaze kind of up towards the ceiling, but not on the ceiling. You don't want to be looking up and crunching your neck because now it's too far back. So there is a balance here. We don't want our head too far forward or too far back. Your shoulders should be down and back and relaxed. What you don't want to do with your shoulders is squeeze them to make yourself appear smaller. That's going to be really difficult for you to maintain, plus it puts your shoulders behind your body. So you just want them down and widened, okay? So, and the next part I want to talk about is your rib cage. Your rib cage needs to be flat. So what I mean by that is, if you can imagine, I don't know, if maybe you've never imagined this, but let's imagine together that we're putting on a corset. Back in the day when people wear this, or if you go to the Renaissance Festival, you see tons of corsets. Anyway, they make it very difficult to breathe, okay? And it causes you to really close your rib cage in the front, which lengthens your back. So I want you to all put your hands on your rib cage and literally focus on squeezing your fingers towards each other. Now I know this is messing my shoulders up right now, but what I want you to really feel is how you're closing the rib cage in the front and keeping that very flat here. So you're kind of tucking your belly button into your spine, rib cage is in, and now take your shoulders and roll them down and back. Now you have a nice flat rib cage, shoulders are relaxed, neck is long. The last part is your hips, okay? So our pelvis is like a bowl. Let's imagine that we have a bowl full of water and we don't want to spill it on the floor, okay? So if our bowl tilts forward like this, then you're spilling the water out of the bowl. And look how it's making me pitch forward. If I do something in this position, like a releve or a plie, which I'll show you in a second, you'll see that it throws you off. And if you have, you'll see in a second when we do our plie, if you have any of these common problems, let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you have any questions on how to make those things happen, let me know, and I'll make sure to help you out with that. So the other way of doing the bowl is if you tilt it back. So if someone's trying to overcompensate, kind of like the shoulder thing, if you overcompensate by really tucking it too much, that causes your hips to come forward and now it's pouring out the back. So again, we need to keep our hips, our hip points, our pelvis nice and flat and level. So this would be called a neutral pelvis. If we take these 4 aspects and we put them into our plie, just in first position is fine. We want to think head long, neck long, head held high, shoulders down and back, rib cage flat, and our tailbone is down, our pelvis is neutral. And we bend all the way down. Notice that the bending is coming from my joints. So hip joint, knee, and ankle. This is good. And this is gonna help you to train yourself to be in balance. If you can do this on a regular basis, you'll see a huge improvement. So let's try again. We're gonna go all the way down just for a grand plie, and we're really focusing on keeping everything in alignment. Awesome. Now, I want you to try this with me and let me know how it goes in the comments. I want you to bend forward as you plie by taking your hips back. This is such a common thing that I see with my students, is their hips go back like this. Their spine is tilting forward. It puts my shoulders forward and my head forward as I do this. It also is really bad on your knees because now my knees are in front of my toes and everything is out of alignment and I'm totally off balance. So we don't want to do that. If you're doing that, stop it. We want to focus on tucking that tailbone, keeping our pelvis nice and neutral, lengthening up as we go down, and then grounding down as we come up, and we're squeezing. Okay, so let's just recap here. We want to make sure we're maintaining proper alignment all the time. Plies are a great way to practice that, but you can practice this in every movement that you do in ballet. And that is, let's see if we can all name it. Try to name it with me. We have head over shoulders, shoulders over ribs, ribs over hips. Now, with the head, remember, we want to keep it nice and lengthened, not forward, not back, right in the middle. Shoulders down and out. Rib cage flat. Closed in the front, lengthened in the back. Pelvis neutral, square, and even the whole time. When we bend from our joints in the legs. Right here, hips, knees, ankles. Nothing else. Do not bend from your waist unless you're doing a grand port bras or something of that matter where you should bend at your waist. But other than that, if you do those things, it's gonna make a huge difference in your dancing. And I can't wait to hear it. So please let me know how that works for you in the comments below. And of course, if you have any suggestions on other videos that you would find really helpful, let us know. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you can get weekly videos on these technical things that we talk about in all styles of dance that are gonna really improve the quality of your dancing. So don't forget to do that. And I can't wait to see you next time, so stay tuned for the next video. See you guys later.